Good evening, this is Nerdistic Human, and welcome back to Rome Total War, where today we begin ourselves a brand new mini-series with the Sons of Mars Prologue, but we are not going to be playing the classic Prologue here with the Julii. No, we'll be playing as Thrace. Thrace, you ask, are they even in this game? Indeed they are. This Prologue, if you don't remember, is kind of like this little chunk of Italy, kind of central Italy, a little bit of that Dalmatian coast, and Thrace is one of the factions over there. Thrace actually a very interesting faction in regards to this campaign, because they're probably supposed to be Illyria. There is actually Illyria in the game files, and they do have the same symbol as Thrace, so I suspect the idea was to call them Illyria for this, and maybe they just decided it was too much effort. They couldn't be bothered, and they ended up being Thrace instead. So that's how we've got ourselves here. Had to do a little bit of modding, of course, to set this one up. And if you would like to do this yourself, I will put a little link on here to the Patreon, where we have ourselves some of the collection of mod files. No need to actually become a paid member. You can be a free member, access the collections and play this for yourself. Easy enough to do. I have made, as I say, a few small changes. So let's head on into this magnificent prologue here. We will watch the intro video just because we so rarely get to see it. So let's have a little look-see at that. And I'll put a little chapter down the bottom so you can get straight into the action if that's what you prefer to do.
The year is 329 BC. Italy. Warring city-states vie for power and superiority over their neighbors. The Senate and people of Rome control the Latin states, but enemies surround them. The Republic stands at a crossroads in history.
Romans, senators, friends. Latium is firmly under the rule of the Senate and people of Rome. The Latin people are now one. Not since noble Brutus drove out the last king have we known such a glorious day. But now, my friends, in this hour of glory, we must be on our guard. To the south, treacherous Greeks and Samnites block our trade. Tarquinii groans beneath the tyrant's heel. That tyrant threatens Rome. Will we abandon Tarquinii? And now barbarians raid from the north, burning and pillaging Roman lands. Shall we let danger fester and grow? Or will we act as Romans, with courage and dignity? Remember, we are the Sons of Mars! As Senate leader, I call upon tribunes Gaius Julius and Decius Brutus to smash the Gauls and relieve Tarquinii. All those in favor say aye.
Here we are then on the Prologue map, and this makes me feel so nostalgic, so young actually. I must have played this when I was 13 originally, and okay, this really does bring back some memories. Somehow more than the actual game. Maybe my experience of playing the game hundreds of times has influenced the nostalgia value of the main map. But this map, oh yeah, this is absolutely glorious. Now, as you can see, this is the main map, and it has got just a few small changes to it, because originally what we have here is Rome, of course, and you have a little setup battle on the tutorial with the Gauls over here. So we obviously don't have that on this here occasion. What we have instead is I've given the Julii Tarquinii, which is the follow-up battle that you're set up to play by the prologue itself. So once you take Tarquinii, then it's your job to go and beat up everyone else, basically, isn't it? So our job is not to do that. Our job should just be to take Rome. I believe that is a set. Oh, and 50 provinces. Okay, well, we're not going to do 50 provinces, but we'll take Rome anyway. The win conditions file just said take Rome, but fine. 50 it is. We won't be doing that because there are not anywhere near that many. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, 12. There are only 12, so we can't do that at all. Now, if you aren't familiar with it, then this is basically what we've got. We've also got ourselves, by the way, some land under the sea there, which looks rather silly, although I will say, yes, there is land under all of the sea, as it turns out, because that's how continents and sea works, almost. But it's still a fun little graphical glitch that I don't normally notice on the main map, but I have noticed here. So, as you may notice then, we do have Tarquinii under Julii control. That's just to make sure they're still in the game. There are no Horde factions. I don't know if there's a simple way to make Horde factions work on this. Anyway, we've just given it to the city of Tarquinii, because that is typical for the Julii on this campaign. It's basically where you'd started. We have the Scipii over here in Ancona, and then we have the Greeks down here in Tarentum and Croton Magna Graecia, as well as over here in Messana, but also on the Dalmatian coast as well, in what I suppose is Epirus here, Apollonia, etc. Indeed it is. So, alright, no Illyria, sadly, but we do have us as Thrace, as just, the generic barbarian people over that side of the sea still. And what I have decided to do to keep things interesting in their own way is I've given them Tarquinii, and they do have the 3 units you start off with 8 experience or whatever. I've also just given them the basic forces that Ancona has, so that they've got something. The Greek army that's actually in Tarquinii is now standing outside. If they want to take them on, they are welcome. I'm just going to leave that to the AI to do. So basically, the battles that are in the prologue are now going to be there instead. Same goes for the Galic force. I have removed them from the bridge here. They're instead just sitting in Ravenna, minus the weird Dacian archers that they're given. Not sure why they're giving them, just I suppose to have some archers in the battle, but okay, fine. They've got that over there in Ravenna. We need not worry about that right now, because actually, well, we could actually cross, but we're not going to. That's basically the idea. So we need to go take out Rome, and alright, they have a full stack and a half. This is basically like the army in the main game. We also obviously have ourselves the Samnites over here in Bovianum. So this is interesting because the timing of this is 329 BC. Now, 321 would technically be, 321 would be when there was defeat against the Samnites at like the Cauldron of Forks. So that's kind of when the system from phalanx to maniples was changed. But that's 381, so that's actually into this campaign, which is interesting. It's interesting in part because, yes, Ancona's already kind of Scipii here. This Rome is very much just this, really, at 329. This is probably an exaggeration as well, to be fair. Even so, yes, Rome in a stronger position than they should historically be. We've basically already taken care of the likes of the Etruscans, so, and Umbria is also gone. So yes, with all of that gone already, we have, well, Umbria is actually to the north here with the Gauls, but even so, we have plenty to do if we want to claim victory rather than Rome on this particular occasion. So, of interest. It's a shame there isn't a Samnite faction, but I guess it is just the prologue. But if this were like a full sort of DLC or something, which would be quite cool actually. I wonder if there's one around. There must be one that fleshes this out. But yeah, the Samnites are quite fascinating, and this is their capital there. This obviously is where we were in a Rebels campaign when we did this before. So we have played the prologue before as the Rebels. That was interesting. I think I may have just inherited the Julii general on their occasion. Still, time for us to get going ourselves. So I think we'll be turning the map off. We are over here in Salona, and we have olive oil. That's all we need apparently. So our territory isn't actually that big here. It goes over to, I guess it's at the Danube, technically. Would that swing this far across? I'm not sure it would. You know, the map's all at a very weird angle right now. It's very hard to know. This is Salona, actually. So, okay, yes, the angle's all very confusing. I have no idea. Basically, we go up to slightly beyond the river. Very weird. Anyway, we need not worry. We just need an upgrade to start with. Welcome to Deipus. Deipus is our dear friend here. He's all we've got, actually, so we should try not to lose him immediately. Conflict commander, understand his strategy, sharp faction leader. Very nice indeed. We can retrain all of our hoplites, which is of interest. Does that mean we have ourselves a blacksmith? Okay, not a bad little town. All of these towns have a lot of the basics because I suppose it is a tutorial, and so they do give some basic buildings to these towns, but we do need to grow. Yeah, Governor's Villa, 3,500. Wow. Okay, we should be very unhappy, but we're not. We're very sensible. So we're going to grow first things first. We also have ourselves 2 shrines here. We have ourselves, yes, Ares, who is the morale to troops, which you can't see. Many people think is completely bugged in the original. It's hard to tell. I feel like I did an experiment with this before the Thrace livestream, and I found that it wasn't. Or I got the impression that the morale was there, it just, you can't see it, you can't keep track of it unless you're on the remaster, of course. Dionysus is happiness. He does have some issue with, yes, he's god of wine, so some wine things. We probably won't be getting to the Pantheon, so we probably don't need to worry. We can go up to +4 morale bonus. That doesn't even bother with the law of the population growth. No, it's just happiness and morale. Fine, so that's our plan. We could go and attack these guys immediately, but I'm not sure it's the most sensible plan. I'd like to get myself set up. Now, we've got a big bucket of money. As for our economy, by the way, how are we doing? Finances, we have starting treasury, 10,000. We're going to spend a bit. And okay, fine. We should be in a decent enough space here. We're going to end our term. It's not too much to do. There's a new general. That's very good. Sharp, bureaucrat, confident, commander, good defender. So, no one died. That's good because, yeah, potentially I should have done slightly more testing before we continued with this. I'm going to go and put myself down a watchtower here. I have a feeling, actually, if I put a watchtower, it's probably not the best place in the world, but if I do put one just here, I reckon we can see across to the Galic. Damn it, I wasted the money. Okay, fine. I'm going to send this chap off in this direction, and we'll just lay some watchtowers as we're in the early days here. So we'll just retrain, get our militia cavalry out. In terms of that, we are the richest faction because I guess the AI spent it all already. Oh, good, SPQR. SPI both at war with Gaul. Good. Now, interesting that Julii weren't there. I don't know if, yes, they have some different coding. I haven't fiddled with it too much, so that could be of interest. Okay, the Greeks are standing on my border. That's interesting. You're kind of in the way, actually, mate. So, all right, we'll just... Okay, yes, people are too close. We can't actually do any of that stuff. Fine. Grab a port. Well, yes, port. Diplomat, Thomas. We don't have any of that stuff, do we? No, we don't. So we'll grab a port. We'll grab a diplomat. Faction announcements. That's good. Both of our chaps have got married. And we are no longer the richest faction because SPQR is cheating brutally. Fine, you know what, let's go take a little look at our towns. It's the beginning of the game. It's always nice to have a quick look at the battle map. Here we are then. For some reason we're hearing Eastern music. Not sure quite why that's the case, but we have ourselves the stables there for a horse to run around in circles. That is excellent. We have a few Roman Steves. Well, that's foreboding, isn't it? Apparently, we are soon to be Romans. That is just the way that it goes. The Julii are indeed coming for us. Still, we've got ourselves a nice enough town over here. Sewer system. Isn't that just lovely? See, we are great civilized people. We've got a building of Thrace. Oh yes, a grand statue of me. We put it though in this little side street because, you know, I am humble, of course. Most humble. It is one of my greatest traits. And what else is there? I don't know, just nice little things here and there in the distance. So of course we do have the Galic falls over there in the distance. Is my watchtower around? I don't see a watchtower. I have a feeling we put the watchtower in a stupid position, both in terms of this and that. Okay, well, it's looking very nice here. Is that a watchtower over in the distance that hasn't been built? Because that would be magnificent. Or is it just a sphinx? It looks awfully like a sphinx right now, doesn't it? No, it's just an abandoned building, I guess. This maybe is a little hut as we're building the port. Maybe one day we'll see the port when we come back here. But it's always nice just to take a quick look at the city at the start of the campaign, just to see how it looks like. Hopefully we'll never have to see it in an actual battle. But for the time being, people are enjoying their peaceful town. Oh, yes. And people working at the blacksmith to make sure that we have lots and lots of militia cavalry with some good units. And our new beautiful villa, my home, my resplendent home. Oh, yes. Oh, I could do some like nice sunbathing spot up here. Maybe some plants. Maybe get some plants up here too. But anyway, it's looking resplendent, I should say. But back to the campaign map. Good news is that we can now place our watchtower. This guy is of interest to me. Peltasts, fine. Now, we can't actually get our way through this mountain range, which is of interest. yeah, you've got to go through the north to deal with that issue. So we're going to head back to the town for the time being. And money is starting to die down just a little bit. We're at war with these guys. I did not realise that. Okay, I'm going to have ceasefire trade rights. I'm just going to demand some money, and I have no idea if he's going to accept. But it'd be amusing if he does. Enter the war? No. Fine, then we'll just go and kill you. Probably should have sent a bigger force, really, shouldn't I? Okay, that's fine. We will send the diplomat across the water in a turn or so when we have a port built. I would say then instead we are going to look after the town. Oh, for Pete's sake, this guy's a flaccid lad. Ah, Muka Boris, you just got married as well. Okay, fine. Agent has been recruited and the end of term report is still looking fine for the time being. But yes, we'll have to flick through a few of these early turns. I would say, to be honest, can we just leave... do we want to leave him behind? No, I don't think we do, actually. I think we're just going to leave the town entirely. Yeah, I think that'll be a-okay. We're going to get some peasants and then we'll get a boat and we'll send them across. It's no rush, but we could do with some proper trading. We are losing money, as you can see, but that's not really too much of an issue. Get a road, because we are now heading off to go and murder. Good old juicy murder. And these lads are just walking around. Now, I'm hoping the militia cav is the extra little unit we need. Oh, a lot of mercenaries over here. Worth note... Sorry? Despicable treachery from Skilas. Who? What? I didn't realise we had men there. What is... I'm really quite confused. Okay. You're going to change sides to the rebels? Oh, you mean my diplomat. I understand. You see, I'm a bit dumb, as it turns out. Okay, fine. They're going to bribe my lads. This rebel got a bit confusing, didn't he? Okay, I'm going to be petty, but we're going to go deal with these rebels first. And Captain Eptenis. Right, well, we're heading off to Epirus, sir. You're not quite going home then, are you? Let's go and take these guys out. At least we can see ourselves in action. Thracian mercenaries, some peltas. Oh yeah, nice bit of practice. We are in a glorious position here, it should be said. Look at this view. No wonder the rebels wanted to come here. Okay, they are just charging us down, which is a bit of a shame. So we're going to have to do this less efficiently than I was hoping. Still, we will get these guys to just run behind the lines. That's absolutely okay. Anytime you want to get behind the lines, Mr. Archers, thank you. Okay, good. So we've done a little bit of stupidity in getting someone killed, I think, but I would say we're largely done here. Getting the generals to chase them down. You guys all just shoot at them. They're not very happy. What a beautiful spot. Oh yes, be happy to reclaim this as our own. But before we go and kill the Greeks, I do want to, yes, deal with these guys, and then potentially go and, yes, make those diplomats pay, because, yes, they've rather irritated me with that little manoeuvre, the cheeky blighters. Now, obviously, we are on small... Oh, yes, sorry, Thomas. There are peltas over there. They're going to throw javelins at us. We should try not to die. Get everyone just to move out of the way. Don't need to worry about that. But there we go. There's victory. Yeah, we are on the small unit scale here. That's just forced upon you. Are we like... We look Macedonian right now. Why are we in Macedonia? Oh, I guess that might just be the way that might just be the way that it was set up, to be honest, in the files, and see what that unit bodyguard technically was. There we go. Yes, we are on the small units. We don't really have a choice in that. We just have to go and deal with it. But at the very least, a bit of battle practice for us there. Early doors. Got to see some of our lovely, lovely countryside. Let's go and take more of this beautiful coast. Oh no, it seems like you're dead. That's a shame, isn't it, you utter tit? Right, well, that's you dead as well, you fiend. Treacherous scum. Now, with that done... We'll get our army back together, so it looks a bit ridiculous right now. And, yeah, we'll just have to get ourselves organised to move on next turn instead. You know what, since we're waiting around, we might as well get ourselves one more actual main military unit here. Do we want to pave road? You know what, yeah, we can pave our roads, although I suppose that's only going to be useful afterwards. You know what, no, we'll get a... Do I want a trader? To militia barracks. Oh, Falksman, yes. Let's just go all military, Thomas. Let's get moving. Another day, another diplomat to murder. No, that's the wrong word, Thomas. Remove? You know what, it's fine. It's just murder at this point. Sod them all. Right, we can now get ourselves moving. And with that, we're in a much better place, I would say, to go and march on these guys who seem to be gathering some forces. There's a lot of mercenaries on the prologue. I guess that's there just to help set you up. We will turn up the rate there. So tax rate goes up. Militia cavalry are recruiting. Editor reports means that we are starting to lose more money. It's fine, probably. So I'm going to say we want to get one more peasant, and we will get some militia cav because it's always useful to have them. I'm just going to line up a couple more things to spend the money. Now, obviously, I would like mercenaries, but we're going to have to go deal with those a bit later. Because ultimately, I think we don't need to worry about them right this second. Aha, new family member. Good old Eptaris. Is that going to be for the flaccid lad or the actual guy? No, it's not the flaccid lad. Okay, Diapus has himself a lovely daughter. Excellent, but you could do with a less flaccid son/friend. Okay, so we've now crossed the border. They're now in our way. They've come back for a second bite of El Cherry. And now we can smash them into the sea. Captain Alexandros, who is... Oh, they're going to waste the archers that they could have used in their walls against us here. Militia Hoplites, Peltas, absolutely magnificent. Captain Hyacinthos, who is more archer. A lot of archers. Okay, we're just going to have to rush in and melt them. Well, the battlefield is not ideal, I would say, because I expect the rebels are going to be hiding. Oh, the Greeks. And the rebels to my eyes. They're going to be hiding up their hill, I would imagine. Indeed they are, and so are the reinforcements coming in that. Well, they're coming along the road, aren't they? There they are. Yeah, just by the road. In that disgusting swampy marsh. Right, I think our job is fairly clear then. I've got my cavalry on this flank because, yes, we want to get around the side. I don't have any peasants to act as fodder, so I'm going to say you guys get yourself onto loose because this is not a tutorial as far as I'm concerned. It's time to smash them. So, these guys do need to get themselves moving. We'll just get ourselves slowly plodding in this direction. Maybe I do want to rush. We will see. I think the cavalry might have a lot of this by themselves. They're just giving this position up, which is very stupid. But, you know, it's the AI. What do you expect of them? So we've got one archer, one peltast. Okay, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to say just get yourselves in position over here. Archers are marching. That's fine by me. I'm going to get the javelin men to be thrown in. As long as they're not standing still and shooting, this is absolutely the dream scenario. So, you guys, oh yeah, throw into those, get yourselves off skirmish, and we need, are they shooting? Not quite. Get yourself onto skirmish since you're going to get yourselves that close. Off loose, please, because that doesn't help you in hand-to-hand. You can do some fighting. Hopefully he won't die, but he's a bit flaccid, so it's not the end of the world. If he does, he won't be missed by his wife that much. So, with the archers now, under some attack, we're just going to let these do the skirmishing once more. Thank you very much. And now, anytime. Do you want to, like, win, sir? Someone's dead. That's fine, but it's not him just yet. He's just trying to, you know, whittle them down gradually. Right, they're gone. Which means you into him and you into them as well. Yeah, I'm just going to tell them to charge on in at this point because there's very little in terms of their missiles left at this point. So just charging in, they'll throw them in as they arrive, and hopefully that will be the route. There's the route. Good, goodly. Okay, and that means these guys are down the hill from us, which if I'd rushed, we could be down the hill from them as well. But honestly, I don't think we need to worry about that too much. You say, get yourself over there. And as for these guys, that will be okay. That's just the two last peltas remaining. Those archers are shooting. Interesting. I'm going to say we want a couple of you over on this side. General's going to go and run at them. Infantry, get yourself over here. Thank you. And you just start running down that side of the battlefield. Oh, they are just about wandering across their phalanx to cover here, but not nearly fast enough because they're phalanx, and so they're not very good at that kind of business. You off loose, get into these guys. I think we have them here. The archers are being outmaneuvered. Ho 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 ho. Oh yes, this is very nice. They haven't got a horse in the Thrace at all, have they? No, they have not. We have plenty of Thracian horses, and it's definitely working well for us. And okay, that's definitely going to have to end up being a title of an episode at some point, and it might have to be the first one, since they didn't bring any horses, and it's definitely been a problem for them. Okay, you get yourself over here. These guys are just slowly moving. We can finish them off in that manner. I think those archers are going to get away, sadly, but it is what it is. That's just the way it goes. All right, you try and deal with those peltas. They are still actually fighting, by the way, Thomas. So I should probably just make sure that you run over there and finish them off as well. So charging that general, he's done plenty of good work. Don't run into them, thank you. Right, my infantry are largely in position. They can just drag themselves. There we go, they're now officially running. That's good. Here we go. In they go. Non-shield side. That's going to see them run off immediately. You run over there. You just get after them. And the infantry can now start heading over to this guy as well. That's excellent. Right. Archers. Just get yourself a little bit more in that position. I don't really want them this close to the edge of the battlefield, to be honest. So archers can just move themselves into that position there. A little bit further. No, some of them got stuck in hand-to-hand. There's skirmishers. They should be about in range here, actually. Yeah, they are. All right, excellent. We are in position to finish this once and for all, which means this guy just needs to be surrounded, and that will be that. Now, I don't know how much they have still in the town, but certainly this is looking pretty good for us. General's just rocking his way down the hill. Just as a bit of a distraction tactic. And yeah, the Greeks obviously are going to lack flexibility of us. Our Falksmen are going to melt against these guys if we send them in face to face, but we have militia hoplites to deal with that as well. And there we go. Right. Everyone just get in. Archers, stop shooting. No need for us to die necessarily, but that victory has been secured. 1% lost. Okay. Yep, no horse in the Thrace there. That was their downfall, and we will have to make use of our more flexible army as we go forward. With that, then we have victory and glory, and we have ourselves a nice road to their town. There's the port. Excellent. Which then expands, by the way, Shield Bearer. Okay, Sword Bearer is the better one of the two because he didn't get involved in enough of the battle, so he's gained that. It's a bit unlucky for you not to... yeah, get something a bit better. They're proving loyalties. Wow, they tried to bribe him as well. What a bunch of dicks. But he's getting trusty as a result, which is absolutely lovely. +2 to law. That's one of the better traits around. Very, very happy for that. And that's why those diplomat situations can actually be quite useful sometimes, as we saw in that situation. Right, you get yourselves over here. We already trade with these guys, but we can get official trade rights. And we'll just see if I can demand a bit of money, but to be honest, I only have one down. Chances are they won't be going for it. We have nothing to offer you today. That's really bad, because it feels like they're about to say sod off. Yep, indeed, they're about to say sod off. Fine, they don't even want trade rights. That is unusual in Rome Total War. And by unusual, I mean absolutely, like, when has that ever happened? Wow, okay, fine. Militia barracks. We have that built now, so we can get Falksmen once the money returns. I think it's a good investment currently, though. So yes, end our term. Keep on keeping on down the road. Ah, there it is, Dyrrhachium. Now, there is a tendency for the port to be right next to the town on this prologue. Not sure why, but they seem to do it pretty much every single one of them. Let's go and do some scouting with Elboat. Okay, maybe we don't do scouting with Elboat. We just head back to port. We're just going to flee away now. Thank you. Do you want to have a second chat? Let's try again. Let's try again. Oh, now they want to accept it. They were just a bit angry because I asked for money. You know what, sir? That's really... okay. Okay, there's no crossing on this river. You know what? on the version of the files that I create, I might have to try and remember to edit this. So if you are going to go play this for yourself, I may well have edited a little cross in there. In fact, I might do that before the second episode because that kind of change can be done instantaneously. Fine. Okay, once again, they're trying to like railroad certain things like in Alexander. We'll get ourselves 4 rams built since that's how many we can. In fact, we might as well build a 5th so we got the extra points and I'll decide if I want to do it. Okay, if they had 4 archers in here, this could be horrible. But it is only a wooden wall. They only have 1 militia hoplite now to do that. So we can almost certainly head in next turn. We might, though, do a bit of scouting just to see a boat's being attacked. They fled away from the port, which is unfortunate, but it means that we'll never now see the port. So we'll just head on down we go. And this is, yeah, that's down to Samnite. So we have us as a trader. That's good. We are losing money quite spectacularly at this point, but we shan't worry about that too much. We're going to send these two. Can we get away both of them? No, we'll just keep the cav here for the moment. But I'm going to send these guys down just to kind of look after the town. I kind of want some new units out. I suspect we can train them there anyway. So militia cav all ready to go. I'm going to say, is 4 rams enough? Is 4 rams sensible? You know what? I have more infantry, so I'm going to say one more turn. Let's get it up to 8 rams. And more to the point then, since we can't go in this direction, you're going to have the same problem, mate. Yeah, we'll just get that going, fine. So nothing to speak of on this end turn. Get the peasants to stroll down south. Rebels. Brilliant. Rebels should be my friends, but we are very much not on this occasion. Fine, time for Dyrrachium to go down. 8 rams, more than anyone needs. Philippos of Dyrrachium, well, at least you are in your town. They've started to lose a couple units. That's fine. Are you any good, by the way? Confident attacker, faction leader. Oh, we get to kill the faction leader. Very good. Understand the strategy. Yeah, he's pretty basic, actually. Although I must say, sir, you're looking all right for your age, 54. Not too bad. Actually, you look like... Who do you look like? Ah, I can totally see a face in there and it isn't quite coming to me. Ah, Alan Smith. Yeah, good old smudger. Yeah, alright. I'm not sure if anyone else sees it, but anyone else who knows Alan Smith, the old Arsenal striker. There's a lot of the commentary for the football these days. It looks slightly like him. There we are. Let's go kill Alan Smith. Sorry, mate. It's a straightforward enough tactic here today. We are trying to get them to be as separated as possible. So they've got Peltas over there. That means then I don't mind sending in, yeah, I'm going to send my archers forwards to go and deal with them. The question is where their archers are. There are their archers. So we need to make sure we just get in range of the Peltas and not the archers. If they do want to send in the archers, then what they are going to have to do, I think, is get themselves close enough to get themselves in trouble. So we're going to hop back on those guys. We're also going to go for this entranceway as well. There we go. So my archers are going to pull their archers forward. It is indeed. So I'm going to say do shoot at them. They're now choosing to move away. It's down to 37. So I always like this on the early part of Rome Total War. You know, these wooden walls where you shoot over the top and you just shoot them down with archers as you maneuver yourself. Now, if that's going to push them away, then I will then send these guys in. I won't send that 3rd one because I want the Peltas in range. We will just shoot them for the time being. We are on loose. We'll just charge these guys forward and drown them if I need to. If I don't need to drown them with arrows, then I won't. They've still got militia cav over here, so I'm having to separate everyone out right now, which is very much working to my favour. Then I'm giving up with these Peltas, which amuses me greatly. Yeah, turn your backs on my missiles. That's going to work terribly for you. Right, if you are in that position, then I'm not going to make an extra hole in the wolf. I don't need to. Yeah, and ultimately they are just going to get themselves in trouble. So archers will continue to shoot them down. They're going to run in and out of range. Shot right over there. I don't even know if I'll bother heading to the plaza there, but if nothing else, I'm just here to cause them issues. Now, they've got militia cav waiting at this gate, so I should be ready to come on in. And 94, and in we come. Send that general straight on in. Hopefully he won't die, but you know what, it's fine if he does. You run in as well. Quickly. Okay, they've got Misha Cav. He is getting himself killed, but I would say he's doing a decent job of holding them in place. There we go. Nice work, sir. You had to be fairly brave there, but you seem to have done your job pretty effectively. So I'm pleased about that. What about the archers at the front gate, by the way? Peltasts. Oh, we are too close now. So we've actually got ourselves out of range of them, because it does sometimes happen with the archers. Got to think about the arc of the javelins. Right, you get yourselves back over here. You can figure out an angle, that'd be lovely. Though to be honest, I think the general really should be coming over here. You, my good sir, can you just join with this lad? Block up this. Thank you, gates. Yes, block up this street for me here. Thank you, verily, verily. All right, front gate is now open. I think there might be some javelins coming at us potentially. Archers are shooting him. Well, they have been shooting him. That's another gateway down. Very nice. Get this general into this gateway as well. You get yourselves in. I don't know where their archers have gone, but I'm going to say get yourselves into position. You drop the ram. Get yourself over here. Who are you, by the way? You're the militia cav that we've already beaten once. Pelters are going to be clattered into by that lad there. You turn and face them. Over here, we just have a standoff with our phalanx. That's fine by me. Okay, we lost like one unit there. The rest of it's largely getting defeated. This chap's doing this job, so not too shabby. Yeah, it's going pretty well. Lads, if you like to get behind the line post haste, that'd be lovely. This is why you leave gaps, Thomas. But anyway, it's fine. They're probably going to find their way through the lines. Aha, they've managed to engage. Right, but with that in play then, Mr. General, get yourself into those peasants. Same with you. And I will say, Mr. Javelins, you get yourself over here. That will be absolutely lovely. You bring yourselves into this position because you can also help out. I'm going to say, my cav, you could... do we want to pile you in? No, but I do think we want to pile these guys in. So you get yourself over there. Javelins! You do that. You get yourselves in division. Oh yeah, this is good work. So we got the cavalry around the different flanks here. We've got ourselves an army all the way over on that side of the battlefield. Peltast, get yourselves over here instead. It's time to deal with the general. So was there someone routing there? No, not quite. Okay, so get him into position. General, I think you should come and help us out now. And we'll just use these javelins to throw into him when he decides to flee, and not before. Right, get the cavalry into the rear of those guys. He is indeed running away. Down he goes. Excellent work by a sort of Macedonian general there. Oh yeah, those are the javelins I was talking about, Thomas. Yes, that was what you did that for. Cavalry, go and hit those hoplites. There's just 2 hoplites. Does that count anymore as a phalanx formation? Yeah, and we lost some, none. No, we didn't lose any of our cav doing that. Good work, Thomas. A new town is ours, and this one has itself a beautiful, beautiful building. Yes, Thomas, it's a building. It is very much a little theatre. So Diopus has done his job. They took a fair few... Well, they did a little bit of damage there. But once again, bit of experience here or there. Job well done. With that then, Dyrrhachium has fallen to us. Oh, there's a lot of potential money here, actually. Gonna say enslave it. Now, Saloon's not happy about that. Really not happy about that. Possibly because... we could have done with the extermination money. Yes, that's true. Also, it really, really needs some upgrade. You know what? That was a really bad decision, Thomas. It's fine. Exotic slave, which is always good to have. Salona has grown, which I... Why is it grown? Did it do that because we had no governors in other towns? Yes, I suppose that must be it. Because, yeah, typically... you wouldn't get that little situation. Fine. Right, we can get Foutsman here anyway. Hopefully that will chill out, but I'm going to have to send... I feel like I need to actually send you, sir, to go and deal... Can you deal with this by yourself? Probably not. So I'm going to send you over here. Maybe we need to go and mop up Captain Timorax over here. fine. We'll get into that momentarily. First, let's just see what we've got. Really was supposed to get the money, Thomas. Veteran Warrior. Oh, this is one of the best retinue out there. Absolutely glorious. You picked up, well, not the best in Shield Bearer, but it's fine. Veteran Warrior. So, yes, personal security, commanding infantry. Very nice. Exotic slave. All good stuff. Now, we need, to be honest, have a bit of scouting to know what's going on. Oh, I can't see, Thomas, because, yes, I don't have money. Apollonia's near empty. Okay, so we've basically already taken out the army. That's good to know. That's good to know. So, do a bit of merging then. Grab 4. Is that okay? The town is chill with that. I want the archers. Yep, Apollonia then. Absolutely marvellous. General's bodyguard. Okay, there's some strange things going on. But it is the prologue, what do you expect? Fine. That means then I can afford to send one more over in this direction. And I can put you onto low tax rate. Fine. Let's go mop up these guys then. Good old Tim on axe. It's Rebel General, always a bit of danger, but we'll be fine. Picks up good commander for his troubles, which is excellent. Lots of small battles, always a good way to build up. Cretan archers. Ooh, very nice. Okay, a lot of mercenaries. What I want to do, I think, in this campaign then is, yes, finish up with Apollonia. And then with Apollonia under my control, we'll have a good money base, I would say. It certainly looks that way, doesn't it? Good money base to buy up all the mercenaries and murder Rome. Oh, it's going to be lovely. Over to Tarquinii, that'll be excellent. End our turn. There is rioting in Salona. It has actually just chilled out enough. Still going to send the general along to go and look after it. These peasants, as it turned out, we needed to look after here, not there. But that's fine. So I think then what we'll do, still on minus money because I'm an idiot. But aside from that, yeah, there we go. Tarquinii. Let's have some trade rights, sir. Well intentioned, definitely well intentioned, definitely. No, that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. Down to the next then. We need to go that way to Ancona, that way to Rome. Let's go to Rome. There are more Doom pirate fleets, which I think we should just try and get home this time because we did die last time. Right, Apollonia. Good. Still under siege. Send... Yeah, we're going to send them over there. And quite frankly, we can send the Peltas now, so we'll do that. Salona has not had a complete meltdown in my absence, but it does need to grow. I did want it to grow, but I kind of forgot about A, not having the money, and B, yeah, the massive issue of public order. It's fine, we seem to have recovered from these problems. So, let's send you over here. 3 turns at Apollonia. That's absolutely fine. You know what? We'll siege them out, and hopefully they'll come and sally out because it gives us a little different kind of battle to take part in. Give some trade rights with them. I don't think we can trade with them, but at the very least, in theory, we can. So that'll be fine. Did we just miss the town here? Is it just like one further in? I'm guessing that's the case. Oh, brilliant. So we will just lose our ship, but we don't need it just yet. We shan't worry. More Greek diplomats. Go and buy that army instead, you fool. Right, 2 turns. We'll see if they bother to come out. New family member. Good old Taurisinas. Once again, check who you're from. Right, you are a son from my faction leader. I do need something like that, yes. So that's good. Yeah, happy enough with that situation. We're actually gaining money enough now whereby... Yeah, we're actually gaining enough money. I actually would have money next turn anyway. Still, we'll get ourselves some trade rights. I don't want to give them a map information because I don't want them to really know where I am, but we will keep on heading down to the likes of the Samnite. 2 turns, no money, so I guess we'll have no job but to do this. So I'm just going to save up just in case they don't attack. If they don't attack, then we'll head into the battle normally. Hopefully they will indeed sally forth and we can have a slightly different type of battle to finish. Well, sadly, they don't want to sally forth, so we will reload and we will just take them on here. Now, I actually was expecting a general, but yes, it's just a random general's bodyguard, and not an awful lot else. So let's head on in. Let's take them out. Back in a very familiar-looking position, I would say, where we have our archers ready to shoot them down. We don't really have a clean shot here, it should be said. So I might need to do a bit of a wingle-wangle. Yeah, maybe we just need to get our archers a bit further forward, chaps. There is one infantryman who's kind of stuck there, so that's absolutely fine. Shoot at the general, and hopefully we can get ourselves back in if he wants to charge us down. So he is indeed going to do that. Let's just turn around and run, lads. Run. Run a bit better. Oh, he's cocking archers, the bastard. Okay, archers, get yourselves out of there. Get yourselves out of there. He's got himself killed. Yeah, should have used the javelins. Oh, well, it's fine. It happens. We'll get them retrained because we will have ourselves, a chance now, I would say, to get ourselves a bit of time and organise our next plan of attack. Because we've got to deal with the Romans and we've probably got to finish the Greeks first. The Gauls potentially need to be dealt with too. Let's just go and get these archers trained up by shooting these guys down. So use up all your arrows. They are going to come on in, unfortunately. So we are going to have to run out of there, sirs. Run out. Run away. And there's the victory. So yes, do indeed just shoot them down from your safe position back here. And that will mean victory and glory for us here today. Back over there, finish them off. I just want to make sure that we get all the experience that we can on these guys. But yeah, I would say very positive start for us here today. We can obviously plan our next moves. But at this point, yeah, maybe we do just need to actually finish this off officially with the javelins. Because who's left? You for your javelins. Thank you very much. You can skirmish. You're welcome to do so. Archers need to shoot in. I might just need to send in infantry at this point just to walk at them slowly and potentially, make sure that we take them down. I think it's only reasonable and fair. So if we're taking the town, you might as well kill them while we're at it. So there we go. Get yourselves back in a phalanx, you fools, and we'll do our job. There we go. The city is ours. Another palace is ours. Another glitch has become ours. And with that, Diapus has claimed the entire of the Eastern world. The mysterious East all under our control now. We will exterminate the population too. And with that then we have, great old city of Apollonia down here. We have some slaves to help with the population growth over here as well. You do actually get a little boost with that. I don't think anyone picked up the slave trader, so we don't get the bonus. There is an archery range there. Apollonia, do you have the opportunity for that as well, or do you? Oh, you already have it. Oh my, that's unfortunate for everyone else involved. Cancel that. Get the port built. Oh my. Okay, this guy needs to be killed, obviously, but aside from that, I would say we're in a pretty darn good spot here. We've got ourselves set up very nicely. The general can go and lay down his lovely watchtower. I might go and do a little bit more of that as well. We'll send him off with... No, you know what? No, we're just going to retrain. We're just going to retrain. Get all that training done. And I would say let's just focus on our economy, get things built up, burn down all of the people who resist us, and soon we'll be in a position to launch our attack onto Italy. Okay, how are the Samnites doing, by the way? They have a lot. So they have all of the mercenaries in the world, and they've been hiring up Romans as well. Isn't that just marvellous? Okay, this is where we'll leave it for now then. We obviously have, as I say, played the Rebel versions prologue before. But do join me Monday and Thursday for this little mini-series. It will be 4 episodes, I imagine. Might end up being 3, who knows, but I think we'll just do it in little chunks. So yes, we need to go finish off Greece next time, and potentially our rebel friends as well. And then we got the Gauls, and then the Romans. Oh yes, we might just do it in that order just to kind of build it up to that. So there might be a few rebels you're dealing with in the meanwhile. And I think I want to be hiring up my Cretians at all moments, because if there are lots of mercenaries, there's a lot that I can be hiring here to make my armies a lot better. For now, though, I will leave you. So as I turn down the music here and bring in the channel music, yes, this is our mini-series of Thrace on the Prologue. As said, you can go and play this for yourself if you follow the link to the Patreon collections. I will be posting it in there, hopefully with this little river fixed up as well. For now, though, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Nerds to Human, and this has been Thrace in our Sons of Mars Rome Total War Prologue. Thank you, Tally-ho. Swing yourself around and do what all good aristocracy do, and murder peasants. This is amazing. The rebel unit is actually taking part in the battle from the boat. These horses are potentially drowning themselves. Please don't drown yourself. One of them drowned themselves. Down to... Down to none.